Alright, we're in Adobe InDesign. We're going to go to File, New, Document. Then we're going to change the number of pages to 25. We're going to make sure that the page size is letter. And we're going to make sure the orientation is landscape. If your numbers are in points or pixels instead of inches, that's fine. Just make sure that the page size says letter. Once you have that, you're just going to press OK. Now, it's going to start on our cover page, so we're just going to zoom out so you can kind of see this is what we have. So I'm going to zoom back in. Now, I'm just going to go to File, and I'm going to start placing my images in. That's all I really have to do. So I'm going to find where I put my stuff. And so I'm just going to grab my cover, and I made my cover a little bit smaller in the past, I think. Alright, so if I want to bring this in, there's one cool thing about InDesign versus Illustrator is that you can crop automatically. All you have to do is just use the selection tool and move it. And no, it's not shrinking it, it's literally cropping it. So if I move this, I can actually crop that word. So let's say if I wanted to shrink it down, I can actually just go to my scale tool, and I'll just press the letter E, and I'll get it automatically. Remember, the letter E, not Shift E, not Control E, just E. And now I can actually press Shift and shrink this in some. Okay, so if you want to do that, that's how you do it. But let's say if I wanted to shrink it then crop it, instead of going to my selection tool just by moving the mouse, I can just press the letter V. So E and V. So E, scale, V, I can just crop because I have the regular selection tool selected. Alright, so let's just undo that, and there you go. Now, next thing I'm going to do is bring in the first image. So I'm going to go to images, and I'm just going to place this image in just by clicking, and then I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to place in my January, and just like in Illustrator, I can select this, just go up here to my align, and I can align to the artboard and make sure everything is evenly aligned into this page. So now I'm on a good start. When they flip the calendar up, on the back of my cover page will be this image, and under this image will be January. I hope you get it. I hope you can kind of see this, but if not, it's okay. Now I could just go and just start inserting the months like this. I can go to File, Place, and then I can get February, and I'll just get through December since I only did 25 artboards. So you see how sometimes it comes out of order? You just have to, plan for that. So right now it says it has October right here. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, then November, December, and it's going to go back up to February. Why does it do that? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure there's a good reason, but I don't care enough to find out. Alright, so now that all of these are placed in, remember all of the templates or the dates are going to be on the right. I can just go in and use my align tool to kind of, oh yeah, something to be careful about. You just saw that this one highlighted different. That's because I selected it directly in the middle. I don't know if you've noticed this, but once you select this, there, it's not showing up. But in some of your programs, you'll see a circle right here. And if you select within that circle, you'll see that there's this box, and then there is the box right here. This is where the crop is. This is where your image is. You want to be careful not to grab your image directly in the middle, or you're going to crop it without wanting to. Okay, so just be careful about that. So let's just grab that and center it. Oh yeah, if your align tool is not here, or your align options aren't here, just go to window. And another thing, normally in Illustrator you go to window align. Here you're going to go to window, and you're going to go to object and layout, and then you go to align. Alright, and you can just put that over there just in case some of you don't see that on the side right here. So let's zoom back out, and I can just go back in, align, just click these two in the middle, align to center, horizontally and vertically. And then once I have these all together, I can basically do the same thing with all of my images. Now once we have all that done, let's go to January. Now in InDesign you have layers, just like in Illustrator you have layers. So I'm just going to go to my layer panel, and I'm going to lock this layer where I placed all of my images and all of my templates. So the next thing I'm going to do is just make a new layer, and in that new layer, that's where I'm going to write all of my holidays. Now in InDesign you have the text tool, but it's not the same as one in Illustrator. In Illustrator you can click and just immediately start typing. You won't get that in InDesign. In InDesign you have to click and drag. So I'm going to click and drag and put and type Happy New Year, and I'll just center this. And once I do that, I can just go to the next day and say, what I like to do is, since I already have this the way I want it, I'll just grab this and drag it by pressing Alt. Just hold down Alt, click and drag, and let's just say this is Tom's birthday. I don't know a Tom, at least not right off, and it might not be his birthday, but whatever. So this is basically how you do it. After you complete the dates and you have all the images, after you get all the dates and the images, what you want to do is go to File, Adobe PDF Presets, and you're going to go to High Quality Print. Once you save it as a high quality print, it's pretty straightforward. You just make sure that the View PDF after exporting is there. Press OK, and that's basically it. And once but most importantly, you need to make sure you're saving it in a place where you can find it. That's pretty much it, you guys. If you have any questions, just give me a holler, email me, or whatever. But this is how you set up your calendar. Peace.